right, let's continue with the review. This is the second part, which is arithmetic or rational expressions. And this is a multiplication problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to do the excluded values. In multiplication, the excluded values come from the denominator. So the first one is going to be a 5, right? If you take x minus 5, set it equal to 0, you get x equals 5. First one is 5. And you see how this denominator doesn't have a variable, so you don't get anything from there. So you only have one excluded value in this problem. In multiplication, you're going to multiply across. So it's going to be 1 times this denominator. So that'll be 6x minus 30 over this denominator times the 6. So 6 times x minus 5. Now you can go both ways here. You can distribute the denominator if you want. And what you notice is that they are identical expressions, so they cancel each other, right? And you're left with a 1 on the numerator and the denominator. So what's 1 over 1? 1. So your answer is 1, and your excluded value is 5. All right, the next problem is this one, and let's do the excluded values first. And remember, this one is over a 1. So the excluded value is going to come from here and from here. There's nothing from this constant, but there's something from here, but we need to factor it out. This is a case 1 trinomial. We need two numbers that multiply to 40, add up to negative 13. 10 times 4, no. 8 times 2, no. Not sure what I was thinking, or what I just said on video, but ignore it. It's 8 times 5, but it has to be negative, so it's negative 8 times negative 5, right? Because that adds up to negative 13. So we should rewrite this since we have time. N minus 2, n minus 8, n minus 5 times n minus 5 over 1. All right, so your excluded values are going to come from here and from here. So your excluded values are 8 and 5. All right, this doesn't give you anything. And now you multiply across. All right, so you have n minus 2 and minus 5 over n minus 8 and minus 5. And look at this. This one and this one cancel. So then your final answer is n minus 2 over n minus 8. Right, and your excluded values are these. All right, this is the next problem, 1C. And the first thing, let's get our excluded values. It's going to come from here and from here. Let's see. 50x plus 10 equal to 0. We subtract 10 from both sides. We get 50x equals negative 10. Divide by 50. We get that x is equal to negative 1/5. And then we also take the second one, the 10x squared, and we set it equal to 0. Divide by 10. We get that x squared equals 0. Take the square root of both sides. We get that x equals plus or minus 0, which is the same thing as x equals 0. So the two excluded values that we have are negative 1/5 and 0. Now we need to multiply across and factor. All right, multiplying across, we get this. Look at this. Well, the 5 and the 10 automatically cancel, right? 5 goes into 5 once, it goes into 10 twice. So we have 50x cubed plus 10x squared over 2x squared times 50x plus 10. All right, the numerator can factor. What can we factor? We can factor a 10 and an x squared, right? we have a 5x plus a 1. Right, that's what the numerator factors into. Alright, and this one can also be factored. We can pull out a 10. And we have a 5x plus 1 left over. Alright, rewriting this. What do we have in the numerator? We have a 10x squared, a 5x plus 1. We have a 2x squared, a 10, and a 5x plus 1. Alright, I hope you can see that some things are going to cancel. This one's going to cancel this one. It's all multiplication, so we can cancel the 10s. And we can cancel the x squares. So what's left over? In the numerator, we have a 1 because everything's gone. So we have a 1 in its place. And in the denominator, all we have is a 2. So then the answer is 1/2. All right, the next one, 1D. All right, this one is a division problem. So when you get the excluded values, they come from both denominators as well as from the numerator. So your excluded values are going to be a -6, a +10, and something from here. So we have to find this one. All right, so 6x minus 60 equals 0. We get that x equals 10, but we already had it, so we don't repeat it. So these are the only two excluded values that we get. Now we need to solve this division or simplify this. So we keep, change, flip. So we have x plus 7, x plus 6 times x minus 10, and we're going to go ahead and factor this numerator, x minus 10, right? Automatically this cancels, so we don't have to multiply across, right? And try to remember, when you cancel something, there's a 1 left in their place, okay? So the numerator is x plus 7 times 1, so that's just x plus 7 over 6 times x plus 6. There you go. The next one, 1E. Alright, this is the next problem, and try to remember that this is over 1. Since it's division, the excluded values are going to come from this one, so that's a -3. From this one, so that's no critical point from here, and from this numerator. So we need to solve this numerator, set it equal to 0. We have 3a equals -1, divide by 3. We have that a equals -1/3. So the other one is -1/3. Alright, so these are the two excluded values for this problem. Now we need to simplify. And because it's division, we're going to keep, change, flip, and factor. 6 and 2 means we can pull a 2, or hold on, Control Z, a 2a squared. And we'll have an a plus 1 left over an a plus 3 times, and we have to flip this, 1 over 3a plus 1. Looks like nothing's going to cancel. We have 2a squared times a plus 1 over a plus 3 times 3a plus 1. Now this one and this one, they don't cancel, so this is it. Alright, that one's 1E. Alright, I'll solve the other ones in another video.